So we left off yesterday in the Gospel of John, chapter 3, in verse 9, where Nicodemus is asking a question. You know, he just can't grasp what it is that Jesus is speaking to him about regarding being born again. How can these things be? And so Jesus begins in verse 10. He says, Jesus answered and said to him, "Are you the teacher of Israel, and do you not know these things? Most assuredly I say to you, we speak what we know and testify what we have seen, and you do not receive our witness. If I told you earthly things and you do not believe, how will you believe if I tell you heavenly things? No one has ascended to heaven but he who came down from heaven, that is the Son of Man who is in heaven." So Jesus is describing again to Nicodemus about spiritual realities that can't be communicated or understood unless the Holy Spirit lives in you. So it's like Nicodemus, say Jesus is speaking Aramaic to Nicodemus, and Nicodemus never learned Aramaic, and he's just like standing there perplexed. What in the world are you talking about? What are you saying? It's almost like that in regard to Jesus describing spiritual realities to a man who only understands physical realities. And so Jesus is speaking to him about the supernatural, the fact that Christ came from heaven as a man, but also fully God. He has the ability to go from earth to heaven and heaven to earth. This is the second person of the Trinity, the creator of the universe, Jesus Christ. So he's again trying to explain to Nicodemus in using concepts that maybe Nicodemus can latch his mind around a little bit to begin to comprehend the big picture that he needs to be born again. He's a teacher of the people in Israel as a Pharisee, but it's like the blind leading the blind. He's giving them information, he's giving them religion, ritual, but he's not giving them reality, because reality only comes from having a personal relationship with God. It's like you and me when we first hear about the Bible, and we might try to open it before we know the Lord, and we're reading it, and this is like a blank. We don't understand. It's not engaging. It's maybe boring or it's complicated, and so we're not interested. But once the Holy Spirit comes into us, this book, the Bible, becomes food to us. It becomes manna, and it helps us to be able to follow Jesus and to hear his voice and to know him. But in order for that to happen, the Holy Spirit has to be in us. And the only way he comes in us is when we're born again. So we'll continue this study on the new birth tomorrow. God bless.